Welcome to the new channel.
Our passion transforms a community that sees and shares all things new.
The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Erwin.
And I am Carlo. We're both streaming live from Mandaluyong City. And welcome to Season 3, Episode 36 of Shots Fired.
Yeah.
Kamusta mga ka-Shots Fired? Erwin, kamusta ka na?
Okay naman, kamusta na brother?
Okay lang, masayang-masaya. As usual, marami na naman tayong balitang basketball dyan. Gustong-gusto ko muna, batiin ko muna yung shirt mo, mga malupit na Clippers na shirt yan. Kailan ka pa naging Clippers, brother?
Maganda lang yung itsura.
Maganda lang yung itsura. mas astig yung aking TNC na shirt. Pag Christmas giveaway natin. Dapat namimigay tayo ng ganito, bro.
Ata.
Sabihin natin sa amo nating maganda na si Madam Apple na mamigay mga
belated happy birthday sa kanya.
Nako, maligayang kaarawan sa ating queen. Si Queen Apple. At salamat sa barbecue po na kinain natin kagabi. But kidding aside, before we move forward, yung mga laro ngayong araw na to, balitang Pilipinas muna sana tayo, kaya lang kailangan nating banggitin. May mga player na naghahalimaw kaninang umaga. Si Joel Embiid. Ilan ang ginawa ni Joel Embiid kanina, papi?
70 points lang naman.
70 points lang naman. 70 points lang naman. Si Karl Anthony Towns, ilan yung ginawa?
Karl Anthony Towns, 62 points. Pero ito ba pumasaklap? Kahit
nanalo ba?
Kahit nag-62 siya, talo pa rin sila.
Talo pa rin sila.
Tapos sa Hornets pa talaga.
Sa Hornets, wow. Dapat siguro pinaglaro nila si Michael. Kahit hindi na naman siya yung full owner.
Hindi
diba, no? Pero anyway, yan nga, maganda yung mga nangyari sa basketball today. Balitang Pilipinas muna. Anong bago sa Pilipinas basketball?
Sabi nga na we had announcement that in the Gilas part na they are announcing that Coach Tim Cone will be a permanent coach for the Gilas. Pero
magandang balita yan.
Magandang balita nga kasi gumana yung system niya nanalo nga tayo sa Asian Games Pero, sinabi ni Kim Cone, wala pang official. Teka lang, okay, hold your horses. Wala pang official. Pero medyo nagka-confusing na tuloy.
Binawi niya? Binawi?
And, parang, teka lang. Sabi, teka lang muna. Diyan muna kayo. Ayan, parang, hindi niya mo talaga in-announce muna yung talagang nandun na siya. So, it makes a lot of confusion right now kung ano ba talaga. Ikaw ano masasabi mo, Carlo?
Pero naman tayo dito sa decision na to, di ba? All of us are in favor of this decision. Minimal transition, minimal changes, I guess. At feeling ko, more than just competency, no? Kasi hindi naman ata big deal. Iniisip natin na gusto natin yung European coach para sa Gilas, para iba yung perspective, no? Pero I think ang dala-dala rin ni Tim Cone sa atin is that yung suporta ng Pilipinas. Mukhang lahat sumusuporta sa kanya, no? And And that's one of the things that I think, no offense, that Chot Reyes lost. Diba? Medyo kulang tayo ng amor na sa kanya. So that's why we need the Tim Cone, no? Pero eto naman, ano, feeling ko, this is just a matter of official declaration, no? Sino sa palagay mo yung magiging coach ng Ginebra? Siyempre, hindi naman ata pwedeng gawin sabay yun. Mag-coach pa siya ng Ginebra at saka ng Gilas sabay? Who do you think can be a replacement coach?
Well, speaking of Chot Reyes, he already has a coaching under the TNT, di ba? So,
official na yun, sa TNT niya.
Official na yun. Yan, official na talaga. I don't know. I have no idea yet who's the best coach for Ginebra. But,
hey, you know what? Maybe it's time for LA Tenorio to step up as head coach.
Do you think it's time for him?
Oh yeah, hindi ko sinasabing mahina na siya, but hey, he has been an assistant coach. He has been functioning as a coach in collegiate basketball. Hey, maybe LA Tenorio is the best coach for Ginebra. Why not? But anyway, other than that, exciting. If it's Tim Cone, I'm very, very happy that Tim Cone is the permanent Gilas coach. Congratulations to him, man. Congratulations to us. We got what we wanted. So that's the good thing. Ano pang meron tayo, par?
So aside sa coaching, no, doon muna tayo, pero ano pa rin dyan? More on the Filipina side, pero punta tayo sa Dubai. Ano ba nangyayari sa Dubai, pare?
Matindi ang Dubai natin, no? So right now, yung strong group natin, led by Dwight Howard, Andre Blatch, Andre Robertson. So 3-0 po tayo, no? Yung unang dalawang laro hindi exciting, pero the last game dito medyo bumuwat si Dwight Howard kasi home team yung kalaban. Team yung kalaban. So nakakatuwa doon, medyo talagang sikuhan. Parang totoong NBA game. So the home team really competed against our team, and nung latter part pa nga nung second half, medyo yung mga tawag talagang pabor sa kanila, bro. At hindi ko sinasabi to bilang Pilipino na sumusuporta sa strong group, no. Pero there were moments wherein like ref medyo halata tong pinagagagawa mo, no. So tigilan mo yan. But anyway, at the end of the day, we are running a 3-0 sa ligang to. But more than just the imports, no. Kevin Kiambao, bro. Sinusundan natin tong batang to. Junior in DLSU, he is the reigning finals MVP. He is the reigning UAAP MVP. And dude, he's the leading scorer of this group. Wow. And this is considering meron tayong 3 import, ilang mga dude, this dude is legit. I can't believe this dude, man. He is better. Ang ganda kasi pag hawak ni Dwight Howard yung bola, mabilis yung double team sa kanya. Natatanggap niya yung bola top of the key. Umi-score talaga, bro. So more than just the import, watch out for this kid. Trust me, dude, this kid is the future. Watch out, no? So abangan natin yung mga susunod na laro ng SGA, di ba? So feeling ko naparami ng kain ng Mang Inasal si Dwight Howard. Yun yung nagiging
pero I have a question for you, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Did he declare not to be pro?
No,
alam natin nasa Lasal pa siya, no? He didn't.
He is 100%. He's not turning pro. He's gonna play. I am anticipating 1 to 2 more years with Lasal. I don't think he's turning pro anytime soon. So
ibig sabihin tatapusin niya muna
the Lasal core is pretty solid pa rin. So
tatapusin niya na muna pag-aaral niya ganon, and then saka siya
Well, tatapusin niya yung pagpasok. Hindi ko alam kung tatapusin yung pag-aaral. Diba, malay mo, baka meron tayong unang PBA player na civil engineer. Hindi natin alam. Baka meron tayong gano'n.
May magpa-foul, no? Foul, engineer.
Pwede gano'n, no? So, again, exciting stuff. Ano pang balita? Ito yung importante. Exciting, bro. Balitang PBA naman tayo. So, officially, gawa na po yung semifinal cast natin. Simula po bukas ang Commissioner's Cup semifinals. Yung isang magkalaban, San Miguel versus Ginebra, at yung isang laban, Magnolia versus Phoenix Fuel Master.
Fuel Masters.
So technically, parang interdepartment lang. Yun nangyari, no? San Miguel Corporation yung naglalaban. So interdepartment, kumbaga parang finance versus HR yung labanan natin. So there was no MVP team na nakapasok, no. So dun sa isang natin, so dalawang best of 5 na magsisimula bukas, Ginebra versus San Miguel. Para sa iyo, par, sino lamado dito?
Napaka what do you call this? Medyo equal yung laban nila, no. 2 MVPs on both sides eh. You have Scotty,
Siyempre.
And then, may asa tayo. and what do you call this? Tawala si Jumar Fajardo sa San Miguel. So these are 2 top MVPs on our league. They'll clash. But I would say in San Miguel will be defeating Ginebra on this.
Interesting enough, for this in the best player of the conference perspective, no, si Stan Harninger ang nangunguna. Apparently June Mar is not qualified to be, I think part ng injury nga, I don't think he was able to accrue enough games para maging best player of the conference. So malaking probability, no? Sa kabila naman, so dito, I think medyo tabla labanan dito. Mas excited ako para doon sa Magnolia Hotshots at saka sa Phoenix Fuel Masters, no? Basta minsan pag hindi SMC or hindi MVP na company, napapa-root ka talaga doon. So yung Fuel Masters par, malakas talaga si Perkins, solid talaga ang depensahan niya, solid din yung import, no? Pero ang key component dito para sa akin si Richie Rivero par. Ang lupit. Akala natin hindi naman natin sinasabing hindi siya tatagal, no, but yung excitement na dala niya sa UAAP at that point, nadala niya dito. So I think in this particular scenario magiging mahirap bantayan, magtatapatan siguro si Paul Lee, kalaban niya si Richie Rivero. But I think in the end, as much as I'm gonna objectively root for Phoenix Fuel Master, I think Magnolia 3-1. I don't think the Fuel Masters have enough. And again, I'm saying it with utmost respect. I am supporting them, pero yung veterans kasi ng Magnolia medyo matindi. So I give a 3-1 advantage here, and I'm being very, very conservative in this one. And then sa kabila, dahil medyo wala si June Mar, I think Ginebra will win this one. Mataas pa rin yung mataas pa rin yung high about Team Cone winning nung SEA Games.
Yeah.
So,
Terence
Romeo, no? Terence Romeo is back full time for San Miguel, but I just think Ginebra has too much firepower. Ginebra will win this series 3-2. I think 3-1 para dun sa kabila. Next week na natin, pagtapos na in 2 weeks, pag-usapan natin yung finals kung talagang anong mangyayari din sa finals natin, di ba? So yun, yung maraming balitang Pilipinas. Mangibang bansa na tayo. Ano pang balita natin? Ano pa meron?
Ikaw na, anong you lead this conversation. What do you see on the international?
Ito na importante muna. In terms of games, no? So quick recap lang ng mga games natin. There hasn't been too much exciting games, to be honest. One game that stands out really is yung buzzer beater ni Dame. Dame time. Okay sana, kaya lang kakampi niya nagtatampo. Si Brook Lopez nagtatampo pagka hindi ka pinasahan ng bola ng dulo. Kabaliktaran naman to, doon nangyari sa buzzer beater ng Atlanta. Hinihingi ni Trae Young yung bola, si Dejounte Murray ata yung nakakuha ng bola, nakashoot. Pero buzzer beater din, pero lahat sila, yun lang yung medyo nakakatuwa na nangyari when it comes to basketball. No? But I guess, sige bro, ikaw naman. Aside
from buzzer beater, nagkakaroon ng trend ngayon, yung pass, alley-oop dunk na na
sa board.
Ginagawa. Yung ginagawa
kaya lang hindi nagawa ata ng tama eh.
Meron sumablay. May sumablay, may nag-try pero sumablay full time.
Okay.
Si Jaylen Brown.
Si Jaylen Brown, tama. Kalaban Houston yun eh. Kaya pinanood ko yun eh. Sabi ko, ay, ano nangyari ba?
Kinapos sa talon.
Kinapos. At saka medyo malayo kasi. Pinilit niya eh. Medyo malayo. Pero because of that play, no, dalawang play na ganyan na pagbato sa board, ginawa to ng ni Anthony Edwards, ginawa to ni Wembanyama. Alin dito sa dalawang to ang mas maganda? Yung kay Ant-Man o kay Wemby?
Ant-Man tayo.
Okay, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man tayo.
Kasi pag si Wemby parang madaya eh.
It's mas maganda kasi tignan yung mas maliit eh. Na tumatalon na gano'n, di ba?
Ang taas na itinalo niya. Ang taas na itinalo niya, no? So I guess yun yung mga highlights natin. No? Pero ang importanteng mas pag-usapan natin today, no? So February 8 is the NBA trade deadline, no? Okay. So the big trade that happened last week, Pascal Siakam is officially with the Indiana Pacers. So mukhang ang Toronto talagang full revamp na sila. Wala na atang natira. Isa na lang ata natira from the championship team. Ano masasabi mo ngayon, bro? Pascal Siakam with the Indiana Pacers together with Haliburton. Your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, the win here actually is Indiana Pacers. It's because, although may catch yun, because of the contract ni Pascal Siakam is expiring this season, so dapat, you know, kailangan nilang pasayahin si Pascal para mag-resign siya or else he'll walk out. That's the reason why Toronto traded him. Remember the time that they didn't offer Fred VanVleet an extension, and then mataas ang value ni Fred noong time na yon. Nangyari si Fred just walk away. So dapat ginawa ni ng what do you call this, ng Toronto.
Tinrade na lang siya para may makuha.
Tinrade na lang siya, di ba? Kasi alam naman nila na they won't keep him, and then Fred won't
sign naman.
So the trade is initial is talagang kailangan doon. 'Yun ang ginawang tama ng Toronto ngayon. They traded Pascal Siakam because he's not happy anymore. So now the ball is in Indiana if he signs or not. But we know how effective Pascal in the offensive plus in the defensive side. So he is a big contributor on this team. So
so para sa iyo magkakasundo naman sila. It's a good trade then. It was a win-win situation.
Yung chismis naman daw, he will sign daw. Pero siyempre we will have to
hangga't di pumipirma yan, wag tayo. Pero it is very interesting, no, with Haliburton there, and I guess Miles Turner is still around. Di na siya umalis. They actually have a really good team. I mean, I don't think it will go to the finals. Maybe first, maganda na siguro yung second round, but I don't think as good as this trade is, I don't think it really helped them beat the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics. You know, ang best case scenario sa kanila is second round exit. Okay, good enough, no? Pero maliban doon, no? Maliban doon, bro, no? I do not see, going back to the trade deadline, I do not see anything exponential that will happen in the next few days, no? You know, when I say exponential, Kevin Durant type na galawan, James Harden na galawan. So mga second tier stars yung potential na matitrade. And when I say second tier, mahusay, and ako nga, hindi pa nga ako sure eh. Isa sa mga mainit na pangalan na naririnig natin is si Dejounte Murray, you know, potentially going to the Lakers. Hindi na nakakagulat to. Historically, ang Lakers naman, they really build through free agency and they build through trades. They rarely build through a draft. Madalang sila doon kasi ang Lakers mentality nila, win now. Diba? It's an attractive place to go.
Yeah.
Isusuko nila si D'Angelo Russell na naman. It just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense on this. Kasi the reason that they got Murray at the Atlanta at the first place is because of the defensive skills of Murray. Okay, and I don't think D'Angelo has that stuff. Yeah, he's an offensive player, but in the defensive play, medyo may sablay doon. So I don't think he will be traded. Mas lalo na ngayon, he's been very effective on the defensive side of the Lakers.
Mas kailangan nila yun ng shooting. Yun yung problema nila with Russell Westbrook last year.
Yes.
Sige, magaling ka nga dumipensa, hindi ka naman makashoot. So, hindi na, di ba? So, it would be odd for me if they pursue this particular trade, no? Other than that, again, wala akong, sige, go ahead, brother.
Pero may nakita kong scoop nga kaninang umaga. Kyle Lowry unfollowed Miami Heat because of the leak na nag-ita-trade siya. Dito, here's the thing. It makes sense that Kyle Lowry goes to the Atlanta Hawks because of his defensive skills. Yan ang kailangan ng Hawks. Even na matanda siya, medyo may kailangan na, no? Effective pa rin siya as a defensive player. Yun ang kailangan nila. Which he can teach to Trae Young and the other young guns.
Tama ka. Kung Atlanta ang punta niya, baka susunod na punta ni Kyle Lowry, strong group na. Kasi taga-Atlanta si Dwight at saka si Andre Blatch eh. So, kung kasama si Lowry,
tatawagan na lang.
Tatawagan, bro. Ginagawa mo, bro. Laro tayo. Kasi ang ganda eh. Sorry, segue lang kay Dwight Howard uli. I saw an interview, tinanong siya paano ka napadpad sa Pilipinas. Tinawagan lang daw siya ni Andre Blatch. Bro, anong ginagawa mo? Sama ka dito. Ang galing.
Dayo lang tayo. Dayo
lang. Mabilis na pera to. But anyway, no, aside from that, another name na nababanggit, Zach LaVine is mentioned. Not many takers for Zach LaVine. He has one of those complicated contracts. I don't see any takers for Zach LaVine. I could potentially see a bottom dweller team to get his contract just to get waived. So I don't know. I really think by February 8th, it will be a very uneventful trade. Kasi yung mga malalakas na team ngayon, malalakas na eh. So I don't see anything magnificent happening. The Boston Celtics are there. They're doing fine. Philadelphia is doing fine. Milwaukee obviously made their big move already. So wala na tayong magagawa no. So pero masingit lang tong sa usapang trade na to, free agency. Yung Memphis Grizzlies, papi. Wala na eh. Sumuko na sila. Ja Morant is injured for the year. Steven Adams is out for the year. Jared Jackson wala na rin. Anong masasabi mo kay Derrick Rose? Si Derrick Rose kasi pumunta siya sa Memphis with the premise na una, baka umabot sila ng mas malayo. Pangalawa, to give guidance sana dun sa mga bago. Yung mga bibigyan niya ng guidance, wala na. So, does it make sense for Memphis to waive him? And if they do, let's assume they waive him. Saan mo siya gusto makita, si Derrick Rose?
Okay. Number one, he knows naman, going to Memphis, Ja Morant was already that 25-game suspension. Okay,
alam naman niya. Tama, alam naman niya.
So he was expecting na pagbalik ni Ja Morant or during those suspension days, tinuturo na ni Derrick Rose si Ja Morant on how to do things on a MVP level type when he was reigning MVP, no? Yun lang talaga kaya siya hinuha on the first place. And since injured din yata siya ngayon.
Yun na, wala na natira. Pati si Bismack Biyombo, winave nga nila, hindi ko nga rin na-gets eh. At sinuha nila si Isaiah Thomas.
Kunin na nga talaga din si Isaiah Thomas.
Ano pang gagawin, no? So, but, nga eh, kasi, I think Derrick Rose is among the most loved NBA players. We want him to succeed. I think, I think he should request for a waiving, and in good terms, kasi gusto natin mag-MVP si Derrick Rose, no? Isa sa mga parang what ifs natin, di ba? In an injury perspective. Pag-usapan natin yan. Pero kung mawi-wave siya at malipat siya, I really think one place that he could go to Milwaukee. I think it makes sense for him to be in Milwaukee. Kapalitan siya ni Dame. Kung sakali, that's the way I see it. If mawalan talaga ng point guard ang Lakers, Lakers to me is a good destination para hindi naman si LeBron yung nagdadala ng bola. He is a pass first guard. Kasi kung bibitawan mo lang din naman si D'Angelo Russell, kumuha ka na ng medyo okay mo na point guard. So those are the two things that I think. But at the end of the day, I just want to see, Derrick Rose to go deep. Another option, nabanggit mo to kahapon.
Yeah.
Saan siya pwede pumunta?
Ano ba nabanggit ko kahapon?
Nabanggit mo kahapon, parang kumakain tayo kahapon. Pwede siyang bumalik sa Minnesota.
Yeah.
So, Minnesota.
Yeah, because of the success that they have right now.
Correct. And they're likely to go deep. They're likely to go deep.
And di ba, kaya pa naman niya to train the young guns. Pero for him to contribute on the game, medyo
sure. We're not expecting that.
But
we want him to just to give quality minutes and hopefully, win for him, no? Yun lang naman yung gusto kong mangyari para sa kanya, 'di ba? But enough of the trade, no? One of the great things historical na nabalitaan natin kahapon. I was watching the Denver game versus Washington, no? It was really interesting. Napapanood ako, bro, kasi apparently si Joker, si Nikola Jokic natin, no, has had a triple-double for all the teams maliban sa dalawa. Yung dalawang yon, Washington at Indiana. So napapanood ako dun sa Washington. During the game, officially nadeklara na apparently si pare natin, siya na ang number 1 when it comes to PER or player efficiency rating, bro.
Yun.
So, explain mo nga ng konti yan, bro. Explain mo kung ano yan. Ako mag-explain ng math kasi magaling ako sa math. Kuno. So, apparently, number 1, PER.
The PER or the player efficiency rating is the, it sums up, no, all of the positive statistics. Then you subtract it in the negative statistics. So far, ano pa yung mga positive statistics nun? Ito yung mga free throws, ito yung mga 3 points, 3-point shot ay yung pumasok. Field goals ang pumasok.
Hindi dito lang. Hindi dito lang.
Mga assists, yung mga rebounds, and then mga steals. So yung mga nagdadagdag ng stats. Pero yung mga negative, yung mga fouls, yung mga missed shots, yung mga turnovers. So, ikaw, you do the math on that, di ba?
Correct. So basically, yun na nga. You summed it pretty well, no? In terms of yung PER nila. So the question now is, ang nilagpasan niya kasi ngayon, si Michael Jordan lang naman.
Yeah.
Michael lang naman. Si Michael lang naman. So nilagpasan niya to. So ang tanong ngayon is that, will he remain number 1 all throughout? And my take on this is yes. Kumalma kayong lahat. So kung di kayo agree sa akin, guys, mag-comment kayo sa Facebook dito sa show na to, ilagay natin diyan. Bakit? Dahil sentro siya, napakataas ng probability na kaya niyang i-maintain, kaya niyang i-sustain yung laro to sa buong karir niya. Kahit 5 years from now, 10 years from now, let's all remember, the Joker is more of a pass-first big guy. Okay? Yung scoring niya, actually, parang, ano na lang yan palamutin na lang yan. Pero talagang gawa niya muna, mamasa muna. At because of that positive contribution, isama na rin natin yung part na kasama yung minutes played. Yung minutes played niya, mas mababa. So technically, yung denominator niya, mas mababa din. So yung probability na manatili siyang number 1, napakataas. So, yun lang naman yon. So,
Hmm.
banggitin mo, sino-sino yung top 10 natin sa PER?
Yung PER top 10 lang natin is number 1 si Nikola Jokic, number 2 si Michael Jordan, number 3 LeBron James, which is 6'10". Number 4 is Anthony Davis.
Okay.
6'11" siya, di ba? Usually.
Tama.
Shaq is a 7-footer. David Robinson is 6'11", I think, or 7. Will Chamberlain. And then
Paliit yung mga player na binabanggit mo.
Lumiit, kay Bob Petit. Tapos lumakay number 9 is Kevin Durant and number 10 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. So nakikita natin yung mga PER.
Malinaw yung trend.
Yes, malinaw ang trend na big guys can have a good PER rate. PE ratings, okay? Tama. So bakit gano'n? Tama nga sinabi ni Carlo na mga big guys has more statistics because mas lalo na yung mga stretch 5 people. Stretch 5 people meaning they can shoot, they can rebound, they can pass, they can block, and they can steal. Centers can do all of them. Okay, most centers can do all of them. Except syempre yung mga iba assist, hindi masyado na assist, pero the rebounds, the blocks, and the steals and the points, apat na yun they can do it. And then yung kung paano para sila mag-shoot, they always at the post o kaya in the mid-range.
High percentage, you're right. Very good observation. High percentage sila, tama.
Yun.
So yun na, ang galing ng commonality, 'di ba? Very very clear yung commonality dito. Again, guys, baka sinabi ni Carlo hindi magaling si Michael Jordan. Hindi yun yung sinasabi ko. Ang sinasabi ko lang, statistically, mas mataas yung probability na ma-maintain ng isang sentro ang PER. Si Michael kasi, syempre, ball heavy sa kanya, di ba? So talagang the tendency, yung turnover, mas mataas. Mas marami siyang tinitira, mataas siyang mag-score. But look at, the Shaqs, the David Robinsons, these are, ang commonality, maliban sa malaki, magaling silang dumipensa. So, yes or no lang.
Yeah.
Sige po. Sige po.
Speaking of centers, let's move on. Speaking of centers, nung narinig ni Wembanyama na Chet overtook him. Nako, simula ng January 4 pa lang umariba na siya ng more points. Before Chet took over the number 1 spot, he's around 18 points per game, 6 rebounds.
Tama.
Ngayon, 24 points na siya ngayon per game. Nagalit. Medyo kumpare natin.
Malakas na. Hindi pa napapaya. Maliban doon, yung huling 5 laro niya, 36 points per game with 12 rebounds. So, eto na.
Mukhang medyo dikit ang natin. Yung dalawang sentro na going for
we will reach a point, correct?
Of the year, diba?
Yeah, and we will reach a point that Wemby will be part of the conversation of PERs na rin. Kasi yung mga tira niyan, sigurado ako, mga alley-oop na. Lalo na kung makahanap sila ng past first na point guard. Hindi ako magugulat pag paghanap natin.
Ano ibig mo sabihin si Sochan talagang
Hindi naman siya namamasa. Una, si Sochan, hindi naman siya guard.
Okay.
To begin with.
Pero nasa kanya lagi yung bola.
Yun na nga yung point. But anyway, exciting tong PER na to, guys. To end the show, yung PER, yan ang madalas din natin tinitignan sa mga fantasy. Kung mataas yung PER ng player mo, malamang mataas siya sa fantasy kasi malaki yung ambag niya dun sa statistics. So if you want to associate yung PER sa fantasy, magandang bagay yan, So pagdating sa fantasy, alam ko 30 minutes na tapos na yung show natin. I-drop nyo na si DeAndre Ayton. Walang na itutulong yan sa fantasy teams nyo. So yun na lang.
Trade na natin.
I-trade nyo na. Hindi, wag nyo nang i-trade. I-drop nyo na si DeAndre Ayton sa mga fantasy nyo. Maniwala kayo sa akin, guys. Nauto niya ako nung sinabi niya magiging, dominaton siya. Hindi nangyari. I-drop nyo na po siya. Kagabi, nag-usap kami ni Erwin. Sising-sisi kaming dalawa. Pareho namin kinuha si DeAndre Ayton. Wag na. Yun lang. Okay. Napakasayang topic natin sa araw na to. Malapit again next week. Pag-uusapan natin more of the trade. Kung meron man, pero feeling natin wala. More PBA updates. Tingnan natin kung nag-champion na yung SGA natin by next week. Malamang, oo. Pwede natin i-pre-take na yun. Oo ang magiging sagot niyan. Ano? Pero yun lang guys, if you like, again, all the topics that we discussed, please like and share, drop a comment. We read each and every comment that you guys send over sa Facebook, sa IG namin, sa TikTok. Kumahataw na rin kami ng konti sa TikTok or sa YouTube channel natin. So, yun lang po mga ka-Shots Fired. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you.
Brother Erwin, maraming salamat. I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna get some cake. Happy birthday ulit sa amo namin, Madam Apple.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Ang 40D, tumutulong patibayin ng vital organs, iwas sakit sa puso at iba pang sakit.
Ang ubo, mabilis lumala. Kaya dapat agapan. Dapat New Solmux Advanced Syrup. May 2 times zinc para ang ubo, imbis na lumala, tulungang mabilis mawala. New Solmux Advanced Syrup.
Unilab yan.